think I'm not going to sit up just as you said so.
Hello, welcome back to DayTime Live. Last episode we mentioned our health expert Luke will tell us how to stay healthy during his smoothies. Here is Luke, a dietary and mental health expert. So, Luke, how did you find yourself in this position?
Well, when I was about 15, I started working out with my uncle, and he was a world champion bodybuilder.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I decided I wanted to do it to try and impress some girls in school, right? And after a while, I kept on progressing, and from barely being able to do it with just the bar, I had to use a even lighter bar than what they use in the actual thing. So I had to go from that to using to get into the proper level, then getting stronger and stronger and stronger. I decided, I thought about it, and I was like, my mental health actually improved a lot over the time.
Yeah.
And I decided to do some research into it. And there's already been some research on cardio, and how cardio can actually be one of the best treatments for depression, because it gives the person something to do, something to look forward to, and a way to progress and see that they're actually getting better, and gives them a reason to feel good about themselves. Yeah. And they can also see that they can see the differences in themselves. They'll lose some fat, maybe gain some muscle from it. So I thought, why wouldn't there be the same thing for weight training? So I decided to go and some of my friends who weren't in the best place mentally, have them start training, and have them log their feelings through a diary each day. And I got some really positive results. And every time they went in the gym, if they had a good session, they felt great. Even if they had a bad session, as long as they went out and did it, they still felt good about themselves, right? And especially when they hit like a PR in the gym, they felt absolutely ecstatic, and they went from being in a terrible place mentally to one of the happiest people I even know. Yeah. And I feel like it's not research. I feel like it's what's the word? It's a downstream version of treatment for depression. I feel like it's a really good thing that needs to be documented more and brought out. So that's why I decided to bring it out and try to come on shows and make a living this way.
I mean, was one of the main reasons you started, was it because of your uncle?
Yeah, well, I always knew my uncle was a bodybuilder, right? And then I was like, well, if I want to feel good about myself and maybe even get some girls, I need to look like a bodybuilder, because that's what everyone thinks girls want. So I just decided to do it, and then after a while, I was like, well, I'm just gonna do it for myself, because I really do like it. I started to enjoy it and did it for myself after a while, which was really good for me personally. And it's just been a great time ever since.
I mean, you say you helped your friends with this.
Yeah.
Obviously, mentally helped them. Did you go through the same thing?
Not as bad as some of my other friends, but I did see it did help my mental state in a really good way, making feeling bad, because if you look yourself in the mirror, you feel bad, and then you got to feeling great about yourself.
Yeah. Well, I must say I'm certainly amazed by your story and convinced about your expertise. Thank you, Luke. As you mentioned, you need to have a healthy diet, and we found a popular tutorial online which instructs us on how to make smoothies.
So to get started, I'm going to share just a couple tips to make your smoothie making run smoothly, right? First up, you want to use frozen fruit. Now the reason is you don't want to be watering down your smoothie with a whole bunch of ice. So freeze your fruit yourself. Next, when it comes to using your blender, be sure to add your liquid first near the blades. That's gonna help your blender run a little more smoothly. Finally, don't be afraid to pre-package your smoothies and leave them in the freezer. These are great because all you need to do in the morning is roll out of bed, pour these into your blender with a little bit of yogurt and some juice, and you're off to the races. I love this sunny, tropical yellow smoothie to start off my week. It's perfect for a gloomy Monday morning to get you going. So we're gonna start with a half a cup of pineapple juice. Now if you don't have pineapple juice, it's fine. You could also use orange juice or even almond milk in this recipe would work just as well. To that, we are going to add a half a cup of Greek yogurt. This is going to add a little bit of much needed protein into our smoothie. Then we're gonna top it with some tasty fruits like some frozen pineapple, some mango, and some tasty banana. Finally, we're gonna hit it with a little bit of grated ginger just to liven it all up, and press blend. Monday morning breakfast, taken care of.
Well, that character is quite energetic. What were your thoughts on that video, Luke?
Well, I feel like she has a great beginner's perspective to it, but she needs to properly think about it. You need to go into the more detailed things, but your micro and macronutrients, such as proteins, fats, and carbohydrates. And to be healthy, you need to get a certain balance of all of these three. Some people will say no carbohydrates at all because your body likes to use your carbs as energy, so not doing it should help you burn fat. Some people will say you shouldn't get any fats in your body. Because if you eat fat, you're going to be fat, right? Which isn't exactly true. But then the one thing that science is completely agreed on is you need to get at least 1 gram per pound of 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. Oh, okay. So if you're about 180 pounds, 180 grams of protein in a day, which sounds quite a bit when you start first looking at it. But if you change up your diet, make a few small changes. For example, having a protein shake almost once a day. That just this amount of protein is about 50 grams of protein. That is it's more than a quarter of your daily needs, and you can get the rest of that from natural sources such as chicken, pork, fish. Even cottage cheese, that's really high in protein that a lot of bodybuilders like to use to get cut and lean and shredded for their upcoming meets and all that. So what I like to do personally is use my protein shake as a way to get my micronutrients in, because personally I don't like fruit and vegetables. I hate eating them. I hate the way they taste. I'm a spoiled child. And so I decided, well, I'm just going to put a few bananas and other fruits in my protein shakes to force myself to eat it. Because I find it's easier to force yourself to drink 1 cup of something than to force you to eat a bowl of something else. So that's just what I like to do for everything I need. Get my macronutrients in one smoothie. Yeah.
Well, your position on this topic is quite interesting, Luke. So now your remarks on someone else's smoothie. Can you show us how you make your own one?
Of course. Okay. So first, just open it. And we'll start out by just putting some water in here. This will just give it a base for the smoothie to come into it. Because without the water, it's just going to be chunks of banana with a bit of protein in it. So we'll just fill it up.
I mean, how many ingredients is there? There's about 5 ingredients.
About 5 ingredients. It's super simple and basic to make. Yeah. So once we do that, then we'll do the ice. I like to keep my ice in a thermos cup. That makes sure wherever I am, I can always get some good high quality ice to keep it cool when I like to drink it.
Yeah, I mean, you'll be able to fit plenty of ice in that.
Yeah, just a few to keep it cool. Yeah, and then I'll put in my bananas to get in. It gives it some more taste and also get your micronutrients to give it a good base to go into.
I mean, it's not really a smoothie without the fruit, though, is it?
No, it's not. You don't actually, and some people think that if there's any brown on it, you need to throw away the brown. No. Yeah. The whole banana, because the brown just means it's got more sugar in it, which means it will actually taste better, which is the reason some people don't like smoothies. So, also, some people just like to throw the whole banana in there without the peel, but I personally think it tastes a lot better, and there's less chunks you get when you break it up yourself. Yeah. So, peel, it doesn't matter if it's a big, small banana, just make sure you just get a decent amount in there.
If you did want to follow this online, we have all of our ingredients on the board behind us.
Okay, and the last thing we'll add is some high quality protein powder. Now this is whey protein, which is made from milk from cows. Milk from cows has 2 types of protein in it, whey and casein. Whey is a fast-acting protein, which is very useful for if you just come out of the gym and you want to make sure you get as much as you can out of the training session. So this is about 50 grams, which is enough for me and you to share.
How much does protein normally cost, whey protein?
Pure whey protein usually costs about £30 per tin, but a tin will last you about a month.
Yeah.
It'll give you about 30 of these.
Yeah.
So it only turns up to about £1 a day, which is cheaper than some of the other alternatives, such as Nourishment, which is high in calories and got 20 grams of protein, which is actually less than what you get from this.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so we'll put it in there, and we will. Now, as you can tell, you have to grind up all the ice and bananas.
Yeah.
To make sure you don't get chunks of it. And when the ice goes down, it cools the whole thing down. so when you drink it, it's not warm.
Yeah.
It tastes really awkward and weird when it's cold and when it's warm. So just let it go for a few minutes till it gets to a nice humming noise.
I mean, is there any other alternatives to protein?
The protein,
you put into milk, into the smoothies?
not really, to be honest. When it comes to protein is the main thing that's just needed to stay healthy. It's the best micronutrient for it, and there's alternative types of protein powder, but you need to make sure you've got the protein in there. So I'm just gonna take this.
Yeah.
And
I mean, you can see how quick it was to make as well.
yeah, I personally think it tastes better than a McDonald's milkshake. But we'll leave it up to you to decide.
It's really nice. It's nowhere near as thick as a McDonald's milkshake, and nowhere near as fatty as a McDonald's milkshake.
It's perfect for you. And look, we still got so
Plenty.
much left.
Exactly,
to
yeah.
drink.
I mean, you can taste everything you need in it.
Yeah, everything you need is perfect for your health. Great way to start off your morning. And I just find it to be just the almost near perfect thing to wake up to every morning instead of having a breakfast with I don't know.
Well, anyway, thank you, Luke, for that information. I'll definitely be staying healthy this year thanks to you.
Oh yeah, you're welcome.
If you'd like to find these recipes, they're on our website, 6tv.co.uk. Now, if you spend all this time trying to look healthy, you have to show it off abroad on the beach. Daytime Live is giving you the opportunity to win £10,000 and a trip to Australia where you will stay at Palazzo Versace, a 5-star resort on the Gold Coast of Australia. Now that sounds like something I would definitely like. If you would like to win this astonishing prize, please answer the following question. What was one of the ingredients in Luke's smoothie? Was it A, burgers, B, bananas, or C, chocolate? If you would like to enter for a chance of winning this astonishing prize, please call 0852 454545 to enter. Lines are open now and until 2 p.m. today. Good luck to you all, and tune in next time to see how chocolate and red wine is good for you exactly. I have no idea. I'll see you after the break.